Hi, everybody. Today is October 13th. Happy full moon to you. The moon is currently at, I think it was 93, maybe 94%. And I'm just having some fun with my lighting. Rosie and I going through a lot of transitions, and I like to weave my wisdom in the dark. And so I thought I would do that this full moon with you right here on the bed. Last time I did it on the kitchen table. And I'm wondering, where do you do your ritual work? For me, the bedroom represents the mind. And so I like to do a lot of my own inner work and personal work in the bedroom because it's representative of being inside the mind. And I'm going to get started. So I got my music playing in the background, and it's ethereal healing music. It's just on repeat. And I've got a candle here. I just put it inside this drawer so I don't have to worry about the bed being set on fire. And Rosie and I, we have our little routine. I already brushed her. I do that every morning, and usually the candle's over there on the dresser, but I wanted it close by. This is my dream scarf. I usually wear it when I do ritual work. It's to work with lucid dreaming and the subconscious mind. So when I'm wearing it in person, I have these moments where it's like, was it a dream or did that really happen? And then when I'm dreaming, I see myself with this scarf on. And then when I'm lucid dreaming, I have these moments where it's like, is this a dream or is this like real life? And so, in a positive way, I mind fuck myself. um, like, where am I? What dimension am I in? And I like that. And this dream scarf is getting pretty old and tattered. And I don't always wear it, but I always just keep it by. So it's by me today. I've got the Dragon's Dreams Oracle right here, created by yours truly. And what I'm going to do is exactly like last time. I'm going to pull 3 cards. So pick one and commit to whatever card. Um, Even if you're like, number one, that comes first thought to your mind, then stick with card number one. Even though you might feel like you resonate more with card number 2 or 3, on a deeper subconscious level, card number one was specifically the card for you because that's the first thought that came to your mind. So I'm going to pull one card at a time, tell you a little bit about it. Then we'll just do some fire ceremony and wrap it up. So we're a story species. So I just want to and I want to call in my dragon, my inner dragon, to help me communicate what needs to be communicated today. The last new moon was a bit of a rough one, a tough reading to take in for the collective. And something I really appreciated was that it was authentic. We don't always like to hear the things that we need to make change, especially when we've worked so hard. And letting go, even things that we thought were really, really meant for us. And sometimes we need to let those things go completely, and sometimes we just need to temporarily put them in the back seat because it's not a priority right now. And today, when I choose the cards, For the full moon, I'd like it to be a special message for those who are tuning in for the Soul Tribe. So just to relate to you personally, I was working really hard on creating a program for clients called the Beauty Prayer Transformational Program. And it was supposed to start October 16th. And then I have another program on the go that's supposed to start in December. But the last moon reading, I was redirected, as were many others. And it was really hard because what was communicated to me was I needed to put that on the back burner. It doesn't mean that I won't offer those programs, but right now, that is not my focus. My focus is writing the Dragon Dreams book series. And so I've been working on book 5 every single day, editing it, and I keep getting more information chimed in. So it's like about 420 pages long right now, and it was supposed to be maximum, 200, 250, 300 if I really needed to push for 300. And so I feel a bit uncomfortable about this change, but I'm working with energy and also cooking with Gina. That's brought me a lot of joy, and the power is in its simplicity. And that's what the universe is really pushing in my life, is simplicity and what brings me joy. And I'm wondering how you can relate in the comments. So it's really nice to do this with you. It's an intimate experience, just me in my pajamas, authentic, real deal. And sharing this part of me with you is really special. And this isn't something that anybody can just do. This is something that people used to be persecuted for. And that's where I'm in at my life, is communicating all those things that I was inhibited in past lives to communicate. So thank you so much for this opportunity and for tuning in. Earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. The earth, the air, the fire, the water, return, 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 return. Return, 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 return. I thank all my guides for being here today. I thank Snake, Jaguar, and Hummingbird, Eagle Condor, Amanda, Polaris, Toby, my main guides, the 7-year-old Gina, who drew the pictures of this deck, and for the dragon deep within me, representing me, where this information comes from. These messages today come straight from the dragon. Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty, tap, tap, tap. Duality is where it's at. Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty, hop, hop, hop. duality never stops. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, be. The only thing to be certain of is your uncertainty. North is south, east is west, 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 north is south, east is west. I'll tell you how you can serve the universe best. So this card is for those who chose card number 1, and it was chosen with my ring finger, which is representative of the air elemental. So it's coming from the dragon and from the air. And this card here is all about binary codes: black, white, ones and zeros. And it's representative of the primordial folks. And everything is black, white, but right here, you can't tell, but there's some color going on. There's some colorful spirals. And so those who chose card number 1 are being reminded that there's a whole primordial history of folks who support you, who are behind you, and you're part of that. And even though there's hardly any color, it's there. And you belong to that color spectrum. And all colors come from the black and the white. These symbols here, this is all representative of sacred geometry, and it's trying to express to us that this could be a seed, it could be an eye, it could be anything. And what's really special about the number 1 and zeros is that it's representative of masculine and feminine language. So long ago, when things just were, when things were gray, if you will, there was no duality. And then there was the black and the white, the masculine and the feminine, the penises and the vaginas. But we're being reminded, at least those who chose card number 1, that the number 1, for example, could be like this, but then it could go like this to make a 0, meaning males are females, females are males. It's all one and the same. So this is a strong reminder of oneness. Some of these lines are curvy and round. Some of them are jagged like lightning. We all come from that same light. The figure 8 is important because that's representative of like the one transforming into a circle, the masculine transforming into the feminine, and then it twists and we get an infinity sign. So life keeps moving forward. Part of the greater cycle that we're in. Some of the lines are straight, some of them are wavy like ripples, some of them make snowflakes. And so it's the sacred geometry that we're all a part of. So, folks who chose card number one, that message is going out to you. And it came from the air elementals and my inner dragon communicating this to you. And I'm wondering, those who chose card number one, what other messages are you getting? Straight line, curvy lines, they're all the same. And all those black and white colors, before sacred geometry even happened, they had the rainbow within them. So it's not just, the colors being reminded of the past and what's in them, but it's the past, the black and the white, the primordial, that's being reminded when they look at us, the colors, that, oh my God, those things were always in me, even though I couldn't see them. So oneness. None of the cards in the Dragon Oracle have a name. This one, maybe I'll call it oneness. I'm not sure if I'm going to give them names. I'm still figuring that out. That's really special for card number one, folks. Now I'm going to choose a second card. Now choosing a second card, something that would give meaning for folks who chose card number two for this full moon when it comes to manifesting. Okay, it's this one here. This one is card number two for folks who chose card number two, this full moon. So it's a picture of a cave, and there's a chipmunk ferociously protecting it, and inside is you, the dragon, your inner dragon. And the dragon is such a dark purple color that it looks black, but it's not. It's purple, and it has a golden tail. And this golden tail, it's an arrow that points to things. So what does this card mean? It means that you, at least this full moon, need to let your guard down. You need to slumber, if you will. So you need to go to a safe place and hibernate. Not just take like a day to relax, but take like the whole full moon cycle. So the moon is full right now. So once it's at 100% fullness, it's going to start waning again. And I would take that whole waning moon cycle to slumber and to set yourself up for success. If you have somebody in your life that could represent the chipmunk, reinforcing to people that, hey, you're not available, you need to sleep right now. If you don't have a chipmunk in your life to help you do that, to offer you that kind of protection, then you can do things like, make it a point to check your emails, pay your bills, wrap up what you need to, so that you can just really chill um, this next cycle that we're about to approach. And being inside the cave is representative of being inside your mind. Whenever you're inside a cave, inside a forest, inside a box, inside anything, it's representative of going inside your mind. So you need to dream and just let your mind sort those things out. before you go to bed, ask yourself a question. Ask your dreams to give you some kind of confirmation, like maybe there's a special color or a sound or symbol, and pick something that's every day, like it's fall right now. So um, it's not likely that you would see a ladybug, for example. They're still out there. There's less and less of them, but it would be really special if you saw something like a ladybug. At least if you live here in North America. Don't ask to see something like a kangaroo because we don't have kangaroos here in North America. You know what I mean? So work with the predation cycles and the real life reality around you and bridge that with your dreams to help make meaning, and that it's okay to slumber because when you slumber, you grow and you transform. So it's kind of like a reflection of caterpillars transforming into butterflies. You're now hibernating. So that's really special. And the chipmunks, as you know, chipmunks, they hoard things and they're hoarding you. They don't want to share you with anybody else. And just like chipmunks are collecting nuts and seeds for the winter, they have a special spot just for you. So if you want to draw a picture or something like that about you hibernating and chipmunks being around you, supporting you, do that. Work with it. It's a dark place to be. And the darkness often gets confused with being a scary place, but it's actually where we all come from. So, if anything, the darkness should be like the safest place, the safest feeling for us. And this is a full moon, right? So, the darkness is being highlighted. So, that's very interesting. Um, that light is being shed on the dark, but to keep it dark. And your tail will forage your hopes and dreams. So now I'm going to choose a card for folks who chose card number 3. Oh, and this was chosen by my middle finger. So the earth, the air, the fire. And I can sense the fiery passion of the chipmunk folk. Who are the chipmunk folk in your life? What do you need to focus on? What do you need to just relax into, feel into? That was card number 2, and now I'm going to choose card number 3. Okay, I got another card here, also chosen by my middle finger. So this is from the fire elementals. It's all from the dragon within me, um, and the elementals also help to play a role. So this is another fiery one, and it is ah um, this one here is reminding you about cycles, just like the moon cycle. It's 24/7. So even though you're not thinking about the moon waxing or waning, it's still happening. Whether you're conscious of the fact that it's fall and it's transitioning into winter, it's still happening with or without you. So cycles are all around us 24/7. And the moon cycle in particular is being highlighted. So if you've never worked with cycles before, maybe you want to keep it simple. Just every day, the sun rises, the sun sets. So every day, that's your beginning, your middle, and your end. So if you want to take it a step further, use the moon cycle because it's basically like a monthly cycle. The moon, like right now, it's full, it's going to start waning. Um, the light will shrink, if you will, and then we'll have the new moon where it's complete darkness, and then it'll start waxing again and growing metaphorically. And so, what goals can you set to work with those time frames? Time and illusion, but you know what I mean. The moon is always there, the stars are always in the sky. And so, this is also reminding us about perspective because, like I was saying, um, the moon, it's always full, it's always whole. So, why does it look like a half moon only? That's because the light from the very sun is reflecting on it, just like a big mirror. And depending on where we are, planet Earth, that depends what we see. And so, we're just being reminded that 24/7, these cycles are in effect. And just like you're always in effect. So, your subconscious mind, when you're sleeping, consciously, you're shut down for that time, if you will, you're turned off. But the subconscious mind never turns off. So, tell yourself positive things. Be mindful of the conversations that are going on in your mind because when you sleep at night, you actually are not forgetting those things. They just keep reiterating throughout your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind responsible for 95% of your thinking. So if you're telling yourself things like, oh, I'm fat, I'm ugly, well, when you go to sleep at night, that's being reinforced at a 95% level. So change your thinking to change your life, work with the cycle, set goals. And even though, like right now, it's a full moon, maybe for some of you out there, it totally feels like a new moon. It doesn't feel like a full moon at all. And that's okay. We're not always in sync with the world around us. We also have the season in our mind, and that season is also 24/7. So try to link your inner world with your outer world and with your dream world because all of those worlds are going on simultaneously. So, folks who chose card number 3, you needed to hear that information. And I'll take a picture of these cards um, and put it as the thumbnail. Fire ceremony is something that I've been doing. Um, Typically, I like to do it every day. Rosie and I were just really out of routine here. I usually have other music playing. I wanted to separate respectfully my own, personal routine from the collective. And I want to encourage you to do the same. It's great to get collective perspective, but it's part of that is going deep within and forging your own ways. And if you're not in sync with the collective, that's okay. You are wherever you need to be. And so last time I didn't have a candle, I just used my hand. So if you need to do that, do that. My dream scarf is really special to me. And I'm going to take a little piece of it here. And I'm going to just blow my hopes, my dreams, my wishes into here, things that I want to let go. And this is just representative of giving it to the universe. Now, because this is the full moon, things are manifesting. And so, for myself personally to relate, just for the sake of example, is, like I mentioned earlier, I was discouraged to pursue my program that I wanted to offer, and I was encouraged to focus on my book 5 and cooking with Gina. And that was really challenging for me to make that shift. This message came from the universe. I didn't have to listen to it. That's the energy I'm working with. As long as I feel safe, then why can't I do this? So I said to myself, I'm going to put that on the back burner and I'm going to focus on this. And even just doing gemstone reading with Gina for the new moon, doing the Dragon Dreams Oracle on the full moon, this is all part of that transition. And so for myself personally, I'm not always going to share with you that because I feel like I'm simultaneously training others that are out there and just leading by example. I personally was really inspired by Ted Andrews. You know, borrow ideas and make them your own. So borrow what I'm doing, make it your own. And I'd love to hear about it in the comments. But I would really like to manifest book 5, 6, 7. And I would also, I have a tendency of overwhelming myself, but I would also like to publish these Dragon Dream Oracle cards. I feel like it would be really special for others to have a copy of their own. And I'm just going to blow that into this piece of cloth. And I always blow till I have like no breath left. And then I'm just going to set it on fire. It burned really fast. It's a bit challenging to burn my cloth in this candle. But that's all part of the slipping into timelessness. And there we go. And I'm going to just grab a pen and fish that out. So I fished it out. And for what it's worth, it's always better to have a little stick, like a toothpick, something that just easily burns. One time I was doing something like this and my pen, it just kind of busted open on me. And it's almost all burnt. It's full of wax now. And the idea is to completely burn it. So I'm just going to take a moment and do that. So ideally what I like to do is I like to burn incense, and then that little wooden stick that's left, I collect those. I just put it in a shot glass and I use it like to make a rattling sound. So it's really special. And I actually made a video about it on, well, you have to look at Present Moment Alchemy, my Facebook group. I'm pretty sure I posted it in there, and it's also on my YouTube at Gina Virginia Casella. The cloth for me today is just really special for all kinds of reasons that I didn't share. I like to keep a tin can handy for ritual work. So I'm just going to burn the rest of this cloth, which is a bit tricky because it's waxy. how it's burned. And, doing something like fire ceremony, it's peaceful, it's relaxing, but it's also all part of the step-by-step instruction that appeals to the logical mind. The creative mind is always sold. It's the logical mind that will fiercely protect you. And the story species that we are, we require things like ceremony, stories. It needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. If it doesn't have a beginning, a middle, or an end, then it needs to have something like rhyming words or a dance with some kind of pattern in it that appeals to our logical mind. It helps us remember, and we're always in a state of remembering our dreams, who we are. I always have so much to say and share. And the point I wanted to make is that if for some reason you're not able to do a fire ceremony, like I said, you can use your hand like I did last time, or you can do something like use a piece of cloth if you have it. Your jeans, if you got a hole in it, you can just take that. It's always nice to have, a big bonfire, but one flame is more powerful, even if you have to imagine it, because that's the fire and passion burning within our hearts. And so, whatever you're manifesting this full moon, I'm interested to hear about it in the comments. I'm interested in what you do for fire ceremony. I'm interested if you do it every day or just on special occasions. And now I'd like to just complete this ceremony. And I want to thank the dragon deep within me, the oracle, for communicating the messages. I want to thank Age 7 Gina for drawing those pictures. And I'm thankful for the air and the fire elemental for coming through today to help facilitate. And I'm thankful for messages received, folks who chose card number 1, card number 2, or card number 3. And I trust that whatever meaning they needed to get, that they got. We are all one. United are we. Be free. Us is, as is, ice is. My name is Gina Virginia Casella. Thank you so much for joining me today, this full moon. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Gina Virginia Casella, and I'd love for you to join my Facebook group, Present Moment Alchemy. Until next time, take care.